Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. In this one, we're taking a look at the VFC APFG MPX. I love this thing. The only downside to it is it's not an official replica. It doesn't have the trademarks, but you know, it seems to be a well-performing platform, much better than their M4 series. You guys know the score. You know where I've been with this thing. And those of you that watch my videos and have also bought one, saying that you enjoy it as well. I do need to pick up a second one of these because I want to build that copperhead upper onto one, like have it permanently on there. But there's a few you've questioned about. It's pulling the barrel off for some reason. About the hops in these. So saying that if you upgrade to the Flamingo, you're over hopping, which, you know, can happen. So I said I would look, next time I get a chance, I would look at the hop system and see if there's a mod we can do to just alleviate a little bit of pressure if you want to use a higher performing hop rubber. Can't 100% remember how this thing comes out, but we'll just wing it. I'm going to try and pull the handguard off. It is super tight. Might have to give it an old tap with the hammer. I've had to do it a few times on this. It's an extremely expensive handguard to be doing that, but I ain't got time to be messing about. So we've got to get this thing on the road. So I believe it's like a pin and 2 screws, if I remember correctly. Again, it's been a while. We'll see what we can do here. Is that going to be a Torx again? No, I think it's an Allen key. I did bring some Allen keys up with me. 3mm. 3mm. So I'm going to turn this off. We've got 2 screws. They do have captivating nuts on the other side. Oh, there we go. Come on. And can we pop this pin out? Yeah, we can just push it out there. And then that alleviates our barrel and hop. Just trying to re-jog my mirror in this thing. So I do have a Flamingo in here. It does look like it's... Is it shifted? It looks like it's kind of off to one side, which is weird. Yeah, so mine's shifted off to one side for some reason. Now, with it all the way off, mine looks like it's okay, like it's not applying any hop. However, some of you have said that with lower weight BBs like 0.3s and such, you are struggling. So let's pull it apart and see what's going on. We need a screwdriver. Have we got the correct screwdriver? 2 screws. It's good that I've done this really, because if I've got a bit of side hop going on, I need to get that fixed. From what I remember, this isn't as nice to work on as the APC9. Clamshell design. Got this weird little combo wombo going on up here. It looks like the barrel has shifted. So what you can actually do is just use the breech to line. See the spline on the hot rubber here, lining up with this spline here. Nice little guide there for you. And basically what... The spring's just gone into oblivion, but no need to panic, I've got spares. So the problem that you're having is when you turn your hop off, you're still getting too much hop. And basically what we want to do is we need to alleviate a bit of this pressure here. Now that could be difficult because if we take off a little bit here, it only allows that to move a little bit, but that might be enough. So we've got a tiny little bit of a gap. Sorry, this might have been out of focus. We've got a tiny little bit of gap on this curve section here. If we remove the hop adjuster, we can actually push that up slightly. So we do have a bit more room to not be over hopping. Now, This is going to be one of those things. So we do have the space on the back piece. You'll see there's a gap there. So we need to remove tension off this concave section. And to do that, all we're going to need is a curved file. Curved file. Got files. Where's the curved file? Got a normal circular style file here. I want one with just a nice concave on it. I did see, there we go. That might be a bit too fine. Everything, whenever I need it, everything is nowhere to be found, is it? We'll go with this one. In fact, no, we won't. We'll go with that one. Is that even softer? There it is. It's right behind. There we go. So we've got a nice, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. It's got like a curved section on the back and a flat section there. And basically what we want to do is we want to fit that curved section into the top piece of the hop like that. And we just want to remove some material. So you're going to rub this down. You'll be able to see if you do anything because it will be shiny with like lines. Just go gradually. If you go a little bit too far, all you're going to get is like no adjustment for the start of the hop adjustment. So we take a little bit off, we place that in the hop unit, turn it all the way off. Have we still got a gap? Yes, but it's only minimal, so it didn't take much. That this is quite a fine file. It's weird, as it says on this P220. So do they use this in other models? Just take a little bit more off like that. I'm going to just deburr the two edges. Make sure they're not contacting the adjuster first. We can place this back in. And do be very careful when you take this apart, because that spring, I mean, it's probably like a millimetre away from hitting me in the eyeball. And that is now butting up against that flat section. So we've alleviated a little bit of pressure. Can I find that spring? Now I know the rough area where that spring is, but in the interest of time, I will find it, but not right now. Go on Amazon, you can find these spring sets. And it'll just have an assortment of springs. They do loads of different styles of sets and styles of springs, and it's always useful to have for a situation like this. And as luck would have it, it looks like that. It's going to be the perfect size. Maybe I need to chop it down a little bit. Hold it in place. Can we adjust this all the way down? Yes, we can. So the spring is going to work perfectly. That spring out the set, because I know someone's going to ask me the question. Open this up. The spring I've used is, I think it's that one. So it's a 3mm by 9.5, 0.35 wire diameter. So if you're curious, that's what it is. I'm going to go ahead and fit this back in. Should be very, very careful. As hop designs go, this ain't it, but you've got to deal with what you got, I suppose. Can we get this in without it going across the room? What we might have to do. There we go. It's got these little notches that sit into the opposing notches on the housing. There we go, like that. You'll feel it click into place. The annoying thing is you have to do this part at the same time. I think I struggled with this last time I did it, didn't I? That's in, barrel's in. Hop adjuster wants to shoot off into oblivion. Right, that's in. That's being a bugger and wants to sod off across the room. There we go. A loud click. Not always the best noise, but in this case, it's what we wanted to hear. So that's pushed in. I'm just holding that spring in to make sure it's where it needs to be. Center the hot rubber, like so. Place the other side of the housing on carefully, like that. I think you can get like an upgraded version. I'm sure someone does one. Maybe that would be an option. It's not something that I want to be designing to be made, but you know, if someone's out there and they want a project, make a new outer barrel for the APFG MPX with a better hop system. So I'm just going to loosely put these screws in before I tighten it up, because I want to make sure that the hot rubber is centered. It looks fairly centered. I mean, it's a very crappy design, isn't it? But what can we do about it? Absolutely nothing. I'm gonna have to call it there. It's going to be as close as we're going to get it. Just going to make sure the rubber is seated. I think that spline's probably the problem. I don't think it's meant for a hot rubber that has that, with it being VFC. Tighten these up, and it does feel like on the adjustment now there's a lot more like you have to adjust it a lot more to get that amount of hop on, and when you turn it off like is off. So there we have it. Put this back into the MPX. We'll put the pin through. We'll put a nut on the back. What we're going to do is we're basically going to place our offhand finger over it to hold it in place. Push this in. Get the thread started so it holds the nut. And these are nylon like locking nut types. They've got that little plastic insert to stop your screws backing out, or trying to prevent your screws backing out. Trying to get this in the slot. There we go. Second screw. In we go. Tighten these up. I will be wanting to put a better barrel in mine soon. I just need to get something ordered. Handguard. Again, this isn't the airsoft handguard. This is a real one, which is why it's a little bit tight. I could file it and make it fit better, but I'd rather it be tight so it doesn't wobble. And there we go. I have pulled the outer barrel off when I was doing trying to pull the suppressor off. It's not a major issue. Spin that back on. It goes on there nice and tight. Put the charging handle in. Take the bolt. We're going to put the bolt in. It's upside down for a start. Like that. We take the block. That goes in the back there as well. We get our lower. Sorry for this being a longer video than it needed to be. Very cool. Have we got gas in the mag? I think we do. Someone was talking to me the other day about the magazines as well. They were having trouble with the mags falling out. You can't just push it in like that. You've got to like rock it forward, and you'll hear it click like that, and then it's not going to come out. It's just an absolute pile driver. There we go. I think I'll be taking this with me to Gangster. If I can get it range tested beforehand, I will do. If it needs any adjustments, then I probably won't take it, because I need guns that are going to perform on the day. Thanks for tuning into this video. Hope this helps you if you've got too much hop on your APFG, VFC, MPX, GBB. Thanks for watching. Get down in the comments, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, from me and Bench, we'll see you in the next video.